You have a job offer in hand, you are super excited, you went out and shared that news with your friends and some of your trusted colleagues in your office. You are very happy and you went ahead to inform your boss that you have got a new offer and you want to exit the current organization in the next 15 days. But your excitement fizzled out the moment your boss comes back to you and say that you have a 90 days notice period as per the employment contract. And now you are lost what to do, because you have already committed to your new employer that you will be able to come in 15 days while your manager is adamant that you have to serve the entire notice period, without which they are not going to relieve you. Well friends, if you are watching this video today, I'm sure you would be in a similar situation and you are not too sure what to do in a situation when you are about to join your new employer and your current employer is not relieving you and not ready to negotiate to come to certain reducing the days and you can take the new offer. Well, my name is Arun Tukral. I'm a life and a leadership coach, and today we are going to talk in detail about this topic, that how to negotiate your notice period from resignation period in your current job. I have been a recruitment consultant for the last 1 decade, and prior to that my corporate experience brings me a point that the world has changed a lot, because a lot of companies are opening new opportunities and a lot of employees are changing the job frequently, which has made the HR to change the norms in their system of employment contracts. And that is the reason that contracts now have moved from 1 month of notice period to 3 months notice period, which means that they want to tighten the screws on areas where people cannot just walk in and walk out at their wish and will, leaving the company in the middle of situation when they are on a growth path. While on the candidate side, it is always like this, that you have the freedom to choose the employer and you want to walk out and you want to join your new employer and move ahead with the career that you have thought of. But in between, the notice period issue comes, and many a times I have seen that people miss out on good opportunities just because their notice period is too big and the current employer is adamant to relieve you before the prescribed notice period. Now at this point of time, what requires is called negotiation skills. You should know how to negotiate with your boss or the HR department to have a period where you not only can fulfill their demands but also amicably able to walk out at the right time, so that your new employer and the new opportunity waiting for you is open and you are able to do your work successfully. This is what we are going to talk today in this topic. We are going to understand and learn 6 to 7 strategies that can really help you to focus your negotiations with your manager and the HR department in a win-win way, so that you not only be able to get the new opportunity, but you are also working in tandem and ensuring professional relationship and not burning bridges with your people. Which is the most important thing, is that how do you maintain sanity of relationship, but at the same time you are able to give or get enough time to fulfill your promises in your current role. This is what we are going to learn. So don't go anywhere and don't forget to like and subscribe this channel for more. Well, the first strategy that I would like to talk about in negotiating your notice period is your employment contract. This is the first document that you should read thoroughly. What are the employment contract conditions of getting you relieved, whether it is 1 month, 2 months or 3 months. Once you read this document thoroughly, you will be in a better position to understand what is written in the context and the contract wordings that clearly states what is expected out of you. And once you have a good understanding of this contract, you are in a better position to sit across your line manager or the HR department to be fully aware of what you are talking. If you are unaware about it and you are just walking in and speaking about to relieve you early, they may not agree and they will refer to the very important document which you signed when you joined this organization. So understanding of the employment contract is the first and foremost strategy. The second piece that is required in negotiating your notice period is your manager, is your boss. I'm sure you will agree that you work with your boss very closely on a day-to-day basis, and your boss actually forms 80% of an organization to you. which means that how is your relationship with your manager? If your relationship is in good terms, if you and your manager like each other very well, then your job becomes relatively easier. You can always go and talk to them about your past accomplishments, contribution, the tough times that you had together, and how you have been a contributory member to his team. And that makes your case stronger to get an early exit from the prescribed notice period. Because of this good relation, even if this application goes up to the HR manager or the manager's manager, your manager can always put across points that how you have been a valuable member, though he's losing you, but it is important for your career, and that's why he himself will recommend for an early exit for you. But if your relationship is not good with your manager, then your challenge and your task becomes Herculeous, because he or she is not going to agree so easy and so fast to give you an early exit. So work on your relationships, work on your betterment of relationship with your manager, because even whatever happens, in the end, the first decision or the first person to agree to make an early exit would be your immediate line manager. The third strategy is clear communication. If you are able to communicate clearly what you want, you can get what you are looking for. Or I would say that if you are clear in your communication by articulating what exactly you can be of some help to your manager in your exit, either by providing a talent or a replacement in your place, or how you would be finishing your unfinished task assignments in a very clear and a planned and a structured way, your manager is going to appreciate. A lot of time people are not clear in their communication. They just simply request the managers to please relieve them at the earliest without having a thought through plan. When I say thought through plan, means they are not very clear that who is going to replace them, what would be the strategy for that, what are their projects, where they are pending, and what are all the bottlenecks. If you are sorted with all these things and you present this to your manager in a clear, communicative way, whether in the written format or in your approach, you will see that your manager would love to relieve you at the earliest. But a lack of clear communication will create confusion and more adamancy from your manager's side. The fourth strategy is to generate solutions. When I say generate solution, it simply means that think about all the potential problems that can occur due to your early exit after you have resigned. Once you know that what are the potential bottlenecks that can come in between your notice period, you start working out what could be the alternative solutions, whether it is manpower, whether it is impacting a particular project, or whether it is hand-holding someone. Now, whatever it may be, you should be very clearly coming out with solutions, that what problems that might exist and what would be your solution 1, solution 2, or solution 3 for that. If you go with this plan, your manager will appreciate that. Not only that, I would like to go a step forward, and you telling your manager that even if you exit early, you would be still available 24/7 on your phone call for the last minute support that requires to fulfill those projects that you are leaving behind. This instills a lot of confidence in your manager that you are not running away, you mean what you say, and you are true to your word. That means his respect over you will go 10 times if you bring a message of solutions to those problems which are hovering over his mind, and he's little lost at this point of time what to do about it. The fifth strategy is be flexible. The most important thing in any negotiation is you need to show flexibility and openness to others' ideas, which means that if you are open to listen to their problem and their concern, and basis that you formulate a solution, that reflects flexibility. Another important thing that I would like to highlight here is that if you try to be in a hurry to leave your current organization at any cost and you want to join your new employer, even that is not good, because one, your new employer will doubt your integrity and accountability because you are running away from your current role. No doubt they want you early, but they respect that even if you take time, you are responsible for your previous assignments. On the other side, in your current role, if you are flexible enough to understand and appreciate their problems, you might extend or transition your exit based on the expectation of your role. Maybe your role is very important. Maybe your role is important from the perspective that a lot of people are going to get impacted. So how they are going to announce the news, how that is going to get transitioned will only happen if you show flexibility. But if you become adamant and you are not listening to and you are not open to them, there are very high chances your HR or your department head would say that you have to serve the prescribed notice period, and that will only bring tussle between you and them. So think about that. Are you flexible? Can you be flexible in your approach in thinking about your current employer and also the future employer? Which is the sixth strategy for negotiating your notice period with your boss or HR department is called win-win situation. When I say win-win situation, it clearly means that you highlight to your manager that how this opportunity is so important to you for your career progression, and an early exit can help you to win over your career goals. Likewise, you can also highlight that anybody who will refill your position or replace you would also have career enhancement. This will make sure that you are not only thinking about yourself, you are also thinking about the organization and the benefit for everyone. This will also give a message that you want to have a continuity in your professional journey with the new role on time, vis-a-vis your organization will be also able to utilize their resources by refilling your position on time. If you have this kind of an approach, you are actually telling the organization that how caring you are for them, and that's how you will be in a win-win situation and can get some early exits. Now we move to the last point, and that is documentation. Whatever you have spoken to your manager, whatever you have negotiated, whatever is your last working day, it has to be documented either through an email or a letter. Because if you do not do, everything is in the air, nobody has any proof of it. So documentation will help in bringing the alignment, clarity, and also for any future reference that what was your last working day and what was all agreed between you and your line manager or the HR department. So documentation is must and the most important step after all the steps that you have done. Well friends, in the end I would just like to summarize that if you want to negotiate your notice period with your manager or the HR department in a very win-win situation, first of all you need to understand what is your employment contract, what are the terms and conditions in it. Secondly, you need to communicate and articulate your objectives to your manager in an effective way. You also need to have very good relationship with your managers so that they can understand your accomplishments, your contribution to the organization, which will facilitate them to recommend an early exit for you for your career path and for your development. If you are able to follow some of these steps while you are in this stage right now, this is definitely going to help you a lot. I'm sure you would have got some insights from this video, and I would look forward for your comments and feedback below in the comment section. And also I want you to share some of your interested topics that I can cover in my future videos. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me, and stay connected.